How una day, my beautiful and amazing people? I salute you according to na time, depending on where na tanda they listen to us. I welcome you to this beautiful day with another bongalicious information, my people. Now, well done, my people. Now, welcome. Una dey heri wetin we dey heri. Wonder shall never end, my people. I think everything is becoming open right now for the Edochies and for all of them that before they thought say this life dey their hand. Na only them go decide wetin go happen. I think the latest moves from Aligwe's family and their kinsmen has trapped the Edochies, both you, the Edochie, and them Papa, that they have seen that there is nothing again they can do to convince these people, either to convince Queen May or to convince her people to, come for a negotiation again in order to reconcile. Sapet Edochie keep asking that, or keep saying that she is the only daughter-in-law he had, and he has never had anyone that is like her, and that's why he's finding it very difficult to let go of Queen May. That Queen May is a treasure, Queen May is a blessing, Queen May is everything. Now, these languages I don't understand. Queen May is a treasure, Queen May is a blessing, Queen May is everything to the Edochies. But you have such a treasure and such a blessing, and you never made any effort to protect the treasure, protect the blessing. Because anybody who had a treasure or a blessing makes serious effort to protect it. But the situation where you have such treasure and such blessing, and there was no effort to protect it, it shows that something is wrong. It shows that actually you never value the treasure or you never value the blessing. So that's how I see it. So this treasure now you realize that she was a treasure because she's now staying on her own and is able to organize herself and fulfill that purpose for which God has brought her into this world. But God blessed her and gave her to your family as a blessing. And she worked for 18 years in your family with all this grace, blessing she had, empowering your family, helping everybody, showing ways, attracting favors, but nobody cared about it. It was so painful when everything happened. Like I always tell people, no marriage is the best. Every marriage had their challenges. Every marriage had their crisis. The problem is not that there is crisis in marriage, but the problem is how you handled it. You understand? You, Edochie, and May were blessed by God. May had a connection. May had a family background that can give them anything they want. In fact, it was because of May that most of the successes that Yul was getting was there. Some people used to think it's because his father was in the Nollywood industry. Yes, the father was a legend. But how much does the father have? May had a background that gives them everything. They were able to build a mansion not because the father was in the Nollywood and not because they had money. It's because he had a wife like May who attracted a sister that gave them money to buy the estate and also gave them money to build it. That's why at a very tender age, or young age rather, in marriage, they were able to have their own mansion they built in Lagos in Ajah Estate. Yes, it's not because the father had the father is a legend that made him to get that kind of connection. It's not because the father is a legend that made him to be driving that kind of car he was driving. That car, that Lexus, he was among the first people that drove that Lexus when it came out. It was bought and sent to him by Blessing, Premier's elder sister from New Jersey, United States of America. He wasn't driving that kind of car because his father was a legend, but he drove that car because he has a wife whose sister loves them and decided to empower them. That is it. Blessing and Edna spent a lot of money on Queen May just because they have because she has a husband that is an actor and that is doing well. So they were packaging them to live up to that lifestyle of celebrity or that celebrity lifestyle, so that they will not go down. These people were practically investing money on you and uh, Premier. And it was not because you, the Edochie, had a father that is in Nollywood, a legendary father or a legendary Nollywood actor that made him to contest for governor during the time he contested for governor. He was able to do that because there is a sister-in-law who were able to send to him 480 million after several other millions that they have already given to him, that he was able to use and do the campaign and anything. Not because his father is legendary. Most of the people that are supporting you, the Edochie today, they don't actually know what happened. They don't actually know what that this family of this Aligbe family had already invested in him. So that's why when he started misbehaving, it was so painful to this family that have carried him like a son. This family that have done to him what they no father, what his father cannot do to him, is what Premier and their family had done to him. But still, he messed up. He betrayed them. He insulted them. You understand? By going into what he called polygamy and thereby abusing the wife of his youth. All these favors he's receiving from the Adigbes, both from the brother, both from Edna, both from Blessing, they were all because he married to their sister, their younger sister, May. That is all. If not because of that, this thing he wouldn't have been getting it. So he was actually getting it because he was married to their family member, and these people wanted to package their sister, and they don't want they cannot be rich and allow their sister to be living in poverty. And if not that Sapete Edochie went into acting, they are just an average family. They are not a rich family. But Aligbe Queen May came out from a rich family. That's why people who talk rubbish about the family of Queen May, they don't know. They felt that Queen May married you because he was an actor and using the name of the actor and move on. Queen May, all the big shots that you, the Edochie, had connection with was because of May. May had connect. May's brother, as at the time May was still in school, as at the time May was still not married, was still in school. May's brother was a senior naval officer, very senior naval officer, and very rich, and is well known in their community. A lot of people has so much respect. His sister was a very rich. His sister's husband was a regional manager of a bank. You understand? The other one was, Edna's or husband. Edna herself was working was also a project manager of a big time oil and gas. These guys are rich at that time. What are you doing? You feel that because you don't like me, or because you want to support polygamy, or because you love Edochies, as if those who are speaking for me, they don't like Edochies, and you came out, you start saying all sort of things against a woman who invested treasures, family treasures, invested everything, and was betrayed by the people she gave everything, gave her all. She was betrayed by those whom she gave her all to. That is a problem. My people no be smart, So why am I bringing this gist? Because you see, I don't like saying this thing. It makes me angry, even when I'm not Queen May. You understand? Because when I have known what it means to be betrayed by someone who invested so much and loves you so much. I have known what it means to betray such a person. So after all these things, Sapete Edochie, when these issues came up, they were all quiet. Everybody kept quiet. And I keep saying it. Everybody in Edochie's family, including Links and Mama Rita, everybody kept quiet. I don't hide to say it. Because you don't blame them. I don't blame Mama Rita for keeping quiet at that time. Because at that time, he wasn't the one to speak first. Because there is an immediate family. There's a father-in-law, there's a mother-in-law who didn't talk. Mama Rita now came up and started talking because the thing is getting too much. And somebody had to speak. But at that time, at that initial stage, who asked you to speak? So everybody was waiting for when the main people will talk. And unfortunately, nobody talked. This woman was abused. Judy Austin was running on the social media like saying I'm Papa get social media. Like say Zuckerberg and I'm Papa. Like say the owner of YouTube and I'm Papa. She was just dealing with telling people I will deal if I catch you on the road. Like say people say they say that's so they operate. Everybody they work out on the same street. because you are in Enugu or because you are in Onitsha, you feel say you go to see Niger celebrity the waka, and when you see, like say if you see me for road, you go even open mouth talk to me. I go woz them like that is, I go woz them. You go confirm am. You know the thing no be say na like this, because she no know say if she dey vex, people dey vex pass am. You know my people dey talk am say when you see a fowl wey do like say in the vex, you never see fox or wolf where the vex pass am. When that fowl see wolf wey vex pass am, say the fowl go confirm am by force. The fowl go confirm am. My people no be small thing. Sepat Edochie coming out to cry, coming out to put an outcry as if there is somebody doing him is something I don't understand. He's putting on an outcry and said he has done everything he's supposed to do to bring this lady to come back to the family, but that Queen May refused to reconcile to the family. He said he has done everything he could as a father to beg May to return. That he has practically called May, discussed with May. He has sent people. He has begged people. He has gone to the village. He has called his family. He has met the kinsmen. What again do people want him to do in order to make sure that May return to his family and remain as a daughter? But May says she's done, that the problem is irreconcilable, that she's not staying again, that she's gone and she's gone. So that nobody should blame him. But even though he is not happy over the whole thing, he's not happy. But there is nothing again that can do. That's why he has allowed his son to go and do the work, because he is the one that caused the problem. Because my people talk and say, Ngala Rono Kana na Akwaya. Where the abomination happened, now there then they appease the land. They say there, now they appease the land. Abomination, where it happened, now there you could do the appeasement of the land. So that's why he said, that's why he looks at you, Edochie, and wait for him to go and settle what he spoiled, because he spoiled it. And that the young man was also making a very good step in the right direction, according to Sapet Edochie, that he has detached himself from the strange woman and he has started living his life, and he has started focusing on his movie, and he has started moving. At least he has started getting views. He has started rebranding himself. I think that according to Sapet, he said that is a step in the right direction, even though it's coming late, but at least it's better late than none. That all he's pleading is both May Nation, both supporters of May, both supporters of Yul Edochie and Pete Edochie, that at this moment everybody should rally around to make sure that all that we are talking about should be peace. All that we are talking about should be reconciliation. All that we are talking about should be May coming back where her dignity is, coming back with her kids to where her dignity is. Everybody accepts the fact that Yul messed up. Yul and Judy didn't do well, but we cannot remain in that forever. Time has come for reconciliation, that men should listen to those who are talking to her to reconcile with the husband. Even if the court grants what she needs, because she went to court for that, fine and good. Whatever she needs from the court grants it. That there is still an option and opportunity for her to still reconcile back to the place where she's loved so much. And this side made me very angry. He said men should return to a place where she is loved so much. Where? Edochie family. If you ask me to define it, yes, I am not in Edochie family and I have never been with them in Edochie family. I will tell you, May is not loved in Edochie family, not to talk of so much. She is not loved. Don't say she should return to where she's loved so much. If you ask me, she is not loved, not to talk of so much. So let nobody deceive us. Let nobody deceive us. May is not loved, not to talk of so much. So what we are doing right now is that, or what Queen May is doing right now is that she's just keeping herself, getting herself together, and trying to be able to overcome the trauma she passed through. Talk is free and talk is cheap. That's what people say. And I come to realize it. Talk is free and talk is cheap. But I tell you, now the person where the thing happened to, now you understand. Now the person understand. You see how we are talking about this thing, it looks so casual. This casual thing we are talking about now, a son was lost. We carried a 16-year-old boy and put inside the ground, and nobody said anything. And the boy has been in that ground till now. And the mother remembers that because of this nonsense, my son is in the ground. And they are saying it's nothing. They are saying it's move on. They are saying we can reconcile. They are saying we can start again. When a big time guy is already on the ground and not coming out again. You say we should move on. Move on? How could we move on in such a state and such a situation? How can we move on? It is crazy. It is very, very crazy that we cannot move on. That men cannot move on like that. It's not as easy as you think. Even Sapet, I know that men, remembering the relationship that Pet had with the father after their marriage, how they start behaving and living together like say they are friends, like say they are brothers, they had properties together and everything. After that, after the marriage, this man started doing some certain thing, loving some Sapet Edochie and entrusting a lot to Sapet Edochie and everything, even his family, and you look at that person that your father trusted so much betraying you in a broad daylight. It's traumatic. Very, very traumatic. And at the end of the day, that same person comes to tell you, sorry, come back. Come back so that they can start from where they stopped. Come back so that they will finish the work they couldn't finish there. Because that's the way, personally, I may look at it. Is there anything remaining that these people could not do that they want to not do this second time? Because there's no basis for calling you to come back, because you wanted to be there, you struggled to be there, you did everything to be there, but these guys pushed you away by themselves. So why calling back? Coming back for what? You understand? Because when people are saying May is so this thing, he doesn't want to return to the husband where he had dignity, he wants to be going around, that after divorce now, that a lot of people will start going around, men will start calling. Men don't call women anyhow. Now all those women that present themselves so cheap that men call anyhow. Okay, May is taking care of herself. She has a Range Rover, she has a G-Wagon, she has a Prado Jeep, and she has a mansion. She has another mansion in Banana Island loading. She has in Abuja and has a land in Abuja, has a land in Lagos, has a land in Enugu. I don't think that kind of a person will just come out, even if it's in a club she will drove in. A man will just come and be saying anything rubbish. You see, most people that talk about she wants to be following men around, following men, these are lazy-minded women. These are poverty mentality in them that is causing them to remain where they are. A woman who is richer than men, a woman who is even richer than 10 men joined together, I don't think any man will just come and mess up with her. If the woman start messing up, it is the woman that messes up. It is not the man. And there are women who are so comfortable with themselves. There are people who don't even like that side. There are people who don't even like going into that side. So she can just stay on her own and live her life. You understand? Going out, when you are living next to her in this estate, you see her drove her G-Wagon today, go out to walk, come tomorrow you see her drove her Range Rover, a single mother. Tomorrow you see her drove her Prado. The other day you see her, maybe she can decide to buy Tesla, or she can to buy Lamborghini, or buy any or Ferrari. She just uses anything she wants. And you say you are a man, what do you have that you now come and be? If you are coming close to such a woman, it should be for business. You should even be respectful. You have so much respect. So when they are telling you that a woman who doesn't have a husband does not have respect, it's because it's a woman who doesn't have a husband and does not have money and does not have prestige. This is a woman of integrity, a woman of prestige. It's a woman that has everything you can think of. So let people not cajole you into what you don't want to do, because all those, they are rubbish African mentality. So those who are telling pre-med had, okay, the daughter has graduated, the son had entered the university to study medicine now, Cal, then the remaining Zen that came later. You understand? So if Zen goes to university and finish, what are we talking about? Who is disturbing the woman? Who is Sapet Edochie made the huge mistake, which I know deep down his heart, he knows that he is the cause of this thing. Deep down his heart, he knows why he's crying, that he has lost this woman and he has lost her forever. She knows. Unless May decides to say, okay, because May cannot go back to Edochie's family again, and May can decide to retain the name Edochie and can decide to live, okay, as they living in Masho, they retain the name Edochie and now allow the kids to go to their family house in Nteje and maybe can take them to Tej and bring them back. But even when he is not married to you, when she is not married to you, everything you see Sapet Edochie and his son you Edochie, all the things you see them running around doing around me, all this running around me. Well, it's not because they love me so much or because they want her back. It's just because they have seen how she changes cars. She change it in her. They have seen the fleet of cars in her garage. That's when they look at this. Would have been at least you, Ledoche, would have gone out today with Range Rover, come back tomorrow, gone out again with G Wagon, with Prado and all the rest of them. That's the kind of thing, and people will think he's the one making it, not knowing that he's the woman. Like I always say, that I thank God that these things are happening like this, because everybody would have been, it was you, Ledoche's money, it was you, Ledoche's money. Like they will tell you, it was you, Ledoche's mansion. You build the mansion, you build the mansion. Let you go and buy G Wagon. Let's see. Let you just buy Range Rover. I know how much it is. Let's know. He built a mansion. When we are trying to explain to you guys how everything happened, many people don't want to believe us. But no problem. I thank God that Sapet has started confessing. He said he has done everything he could do as a man, but he's not able to convince me to come back. That May had just really messed him up. That he doesn't know how to face his friends, and he does not know how to face his ancestors if he goes back. As May, he could not reconcile the case of May and that of Yul Edochie. My people no be small thing. I saw the gist reach at table. I say make I touch light am with them. Like and share this video, and God will bless you. Make una have a nice day. Bye.